Hey everybody, I just finished the morning briefing and I am so thrilled because, hey, come over here, you. What are you doing down here?
Man, oh man.
My God, is it good
Look
to see you, Todd Woods?
Wow.
How are you, my friend?
I am better than I deserve, as some would say.
Me too.
Very, very blessed.
We're blessed to be here. Look at this sun coming up. It's a gorgeous day here in Surfside.
I see why you do this every single morning. Look at this.
I know. Well,
this is beautiful.
I see your morning prayer every morning, and I love to read that, and it kind of focuses me and gets me pointed in the right direction. And then I walk out here, and look at this, Todd. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, God's creation right here.
Thank you for this pleasant surprise, man.
Thank you
I had
for
no
having
idea.
me. Yeah.
My son Patrick told me you got a very special guest heading your way on Thursday morning. And he said, when are you doing your report? And I said, like 7 a.m. And I got up at 4 this morning, full of energy, started researching. And then I went out and I tried to do is get it uploaded so that I could come out here at 7. I had no idea. Special guest. Who wants to see me?
Who wants to see you? You're a rock star of the ocean. It's awesome. It's great because I watch your show every morning and on a sidebar, my best friend's a pastor. He's the one that makes that morning morning prayer. He sends it to me, and then I just copy and paste it. Sometimes I'll throw a picture on there and everything. And every Monday through Friday, I put that on there.
That is great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's a great deal, and it's short. It's just something you can read to just kind of start your day off, and hopefully give you some inspiration.
Gives you some positivity to start your day with,
always,
which is so important.
Yes. And he loves to fish.
Oh, that's great.
I went on the Tony Reyes trip with him back in July.
We got to get him down here someday when this starts biting.
Oh, he would love it.
Yeah, this is cleaned up quite a bit. It was red tide, but it looks good now.
Yeah, I went out with Benny Florentino. You know Benny?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I went out with him
guy.
last weekend, and that's how the water we hit a little bit of this red stuff. Still great fishing, great
calico bass.
Yeah, we went to Catalina.
Yeah.
Missed the yellow fin bite by a day. I guess he caught 3 of them the day before on the way back from Catalina.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find any, but we had a great time. We caught like 20 calicos.
Speaking of rock stars, you are a rock star in the freshwater bass arena. I've interviewed you several times at Bass Pro Shops, and I admire your work, man. You are one heck of a fisherman.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to stay humble, but when somebody calls me a rock star, it just makes me want to grin ear to ear. I don't want to say, no, I'm not, but it really gives me joy you saying that. That means a lot to me. I love the sport of bass fishing. I love teaching the sport of bass fishing. I just love being around water. Yeah. And that's the reason why tomorrow I'm going on the Mission Bell, fish with Sean.
My buddy Sean Hardigan.
Yeah.
So, great. Say hi to him for me.
I will, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That boat's always on fish.
Yeah.
Got a few open spots if anybody's interested. It is a charter. So, but yeah, it should be fun.
Oh, that'll be great. Sean is a hard fisherman. He actually stays with a guy, Scott Buchert.
Okay.
Him and his girlfriend, Mimi. And Mimi's going to have a baby here in another month.
Yeah.
So, Mimi, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to Sean.
Yeah.
He told me that. He's pretty excited about that. We had a little chat about that. Being in the bass fishing world, he likes to bass fish too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys do.
I know.
These saltwater guys.
Exactly. Yeah. So he let me come up on the helm and hang out with him. And he told me, he was expecting a child. So I was pretty excited.
Yeah. So do you guide or do you do anything? If anybody out there wants to join you, they can't do that?
They can join me anytime. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that charges $500. There's some great guides out there.
Yeah.
I like to go when they're biting. And so to be a guide year round, you have to be able to find fish year round. And sometimes I just go just for fun. Obviously I'm a tournament guy, but yeah, absolutely. I would take a guy out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They can get me on my social media, Todd Woods Fishing, Instagram, and of course Facebook.
It's all Todd Woods Fishing?
Yeah, Todd Woods Fishing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
Absolutely.
What's up with the tournaments? When's your next tournament?
My next tournament is actually going to be the U.S. Open, Western Outdoor News U.S. Open. It starts on October 15th.
Yes.
So it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
That's
It's at Lake Mojave.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's traditionally at Lake Mead every year.
Yeah.
But the water's been low. Fortunately, it's starting to come back up.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to have it back at Lake Mead by next year.
That should be exciting. You plan on winning that thing?
I always plan on winning. I've been fortunate. Mojave is a little tougher because it's really narrow.
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, you know, you have to be at the right place at the right time. A good friend of mine won last year, Josh Bertram.
Yeah.
He's a big Berkeley guy, and yeah, he's an excellent fisherman actually. And I think it was like his second time fishing the lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or should I say?
And
the
he
river.
won it.
And he won it last year.
What's the prize? Is it substantial prize?
It's like $100,000 right around that area.
Todd, if you happen to win that, man.
Yes, sir.
100 G's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've come close. I came in second in 2014. Yeah. So I've been, you know, I've been on the cusp, you know.
Yeah.
Times. Yeah.
So what fishing Lake Mojave? Do you have a tip? Because I actually was over at Gallagher Staging. That's where we store all the clothing, which is a segue to the fact that you got a nice bag of clothing for our efforts in Mexico that you haul down.
I do, yeah. It's funny because like I said, I got here at 6:30. I was on the other end of the beach, and I looked like Santa Claus. I had this bag of clothing I was going to bring you, and it was getting close to 7 o'clock, and I went, oh no, I'm never going to make it from all the way over there. So I called your son. He says, oh, he's by the jetty. So I put the clothes back in the truck, and yeah, I do have a bag of clothes, you know, for you to give away. But you did ask about a tip. My tip is
Mojave,
is super easy drop shot. You want to drop shot a flatworm, okay, and like a little anything small, you know, 4-inch. It doesn't seem to matter what color. That's how Josh won it last year, and that bait will work year round.
Okay.
Berkeley flatworm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my
color tip. Important. Anything like
either
that?
green pumpkin or there's a color called brown back. I think it is. It's like a brown and whitish color.
Yeah.
But it's something special about that Berkeley bait. It's like fishing with live bait.
Yeah.
So you definitely, you know, it doesn't seem to matter what color. I don't know smallmouth. I don't know a lot about the senses of a smallmouth, but when they, I want to say smell it, I knew don't have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
They eat it. It doesn't seem to matter what color.
All right, so it's super effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. How about places to fish? I probably don't want to give away too much on that, but
no. I mean, places to fish.
parts of the lake.
Yeah, Mojave. Every year around this time of the year, they do a water drop. So there's not a lot of tulies to fish. There's not a lot of shallow cover, but there is some deeper grass. There's some points that you can see because water is really, really clear.
Yeah.
You know, so there's some long points you can see. The thing about smallmouth, and Mojave's mostly full of smallmouth bass. It does have largemouth and striped bass.
Yeah.
The thing about smallmouth bass is they're always moving. You know, of course, I say that all fish are always moving because they're swimming.
Yeah.
But definitely a smallmouth more so than a largemouth. They're not really territorial. They're only really territorial in the springtime. So they're always moving. Well, why are they moving? Because they're trying to find something to eat.
They're trying to find something.
Yeah, so find the shad, find the bass.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's really important stuff.
Absolutely.
Good. How about after that? Any more tournaments coming up, or is that?
After that, I've got the FLW Championship. That's going to be at Table Rock at the end of October, right after the
Where's
US
Table
Open.
Rock?
It's a good question. Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Table
Wow,
Rock,
you're all
Missouri.
over the place then.
Yeah, and that's like an annual late year deal that I do, you know. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. Last year, I think it was at Guntersville. I fished that one. I didn't do so well, but I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You ever do any surf fishing?
No.
You're coming back here, and we're going to do that
Okay,
together.
good.
You
You're
want
on.
to do that?
Absolutely.
Man, it's fun. I'll tell you. You can like just cast right beyond that wave there, Todd. You just cast a little chrome crocodile, and you wind on it, man. When you get bit, you feel like it's a freaking wahoo or something.
Really?
And it's actually not. It's a yellowfin croaker or something like that, but it's fun.
What pound test are you using?
So when you're, throwing a jig 20, it's maybe a little overkill, but sometimes you'll hook these bat rays, and they get up to 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So I have literally, in the past, and I haven't had much time this year, but in the past I've said, I could use a 20-minute break. I got a meeting, but I need to get out there. And I get out here, I catch a yellowfin croaker, and then all of a sudden I go, oh no. And I've hooked a bat ray. And I'm walking back and forth here for an hour.
Wow.
Because they're big, and then you finally get them and release them. But there's all kinds of stuff. You can catch halibut here and all kinds of great fish.
Ever catch a little white sea bass out here?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah. Okay. You get these little guys. Some guys, I saw a posting on Facebook the other day, had legal sea bass off the beach. I'm not sure if they were fishing PV. A lot of guys up there off the rocks get them up there.
Yeah. Now they've had a lot of programs, right, to stock fingerling. Yeah.
Yes.
When was the last program? Would you say?
It's still ongoing.
Okay,
so they're still doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's made a great impact on the fishery. Getting rid of gill nets perhaps was the biggest thing. That was many years ago, and you could see the correlation from when the gill netting stopped to better population, and then it just grew exponentially after that.
Yeah.
So then we had great sea bass fishing after that. In fact, I remember as a kid, Todd, thinking, I'm not going to even get my captain's license. There's no way that this is going to continue. When I'm an old guy, like I am now, fishing's going to be terrible. And man, was I exactly wrong. It's better now.
Yeah.
We look at these giant bluefin tuna and this yellowfin and the dorado that we had last year. It's been incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And, that's another thing you might want to do on your show is show us how to cook these things. I smoke the bluefin. I've eaten them raw, sushi, type of deal. It'd just be curious to know some different recipes.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to take you up on that.
Yeah. I'd love to join you on that.
Oh, really? Do you like to cook?
I love to cook.
Oh, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got it's not a Traeger, but it's a Traeger style. They call it pellet grill, a Cabela's one. Pro Todd. And I cooked that thing all the I made some boneless, skinless thighs in it yesterday.
Oh my God! I see the Todd and Phil show coming soon from a kitchen near you.
Yeah. The Todd and Phil show, and now you're doing the walk.
Yeah.
Which is really encouraging me. I just joined the gym. I posted a little thing on my Facebook page. Got 250 pounds. I need to lose at least 30 pounds. That's my goal. So
yeah.
I'm thinking if I can bring my audience to my journey, that'll encourage me to lose more weight.
Hey, I would love to follow you on that. Todd's making reference to a new YouTube channel that I have, Walk with Phil. It's all about getting healthy, feeling better. And I'm not, I'm still too big. I'm trying to lose weight, but it's following the journey.
Absolutely.
Let's follow you on there.
Yeah.
We could do a whole thing on that, on your journey, what diet you're on. Okay. I'm presently on the carnivore. But I'm not. I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything. Yeah. You may be on something that works even better.
Yeah, I'm intermediate fasting,
which is great. I think.
And I love meat. I could see myself on that too. But I also love fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And I just love to eat. And I think I've just really had too much sugar intake. So that's like my number one.
That's the killer.
Yeah.
So I'm taking that out. Foods that convert to sugar. Potatoes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Potatoes, rice, starchy foods. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's great, man. I know it's. How long have you been doing this?
I just started literally I think I might be on my 4th day or 3rd day or something.
Have you felt any positivity?
I feel different.
You feel better or different?
The problem. So, and my wife brought this up. You talk about you get up at what 4 o'clock in the morning?
Sometimes. Most days.
I was up at 3:30 this morning.
There you are.
Not on purpose. I have my alarm set at 6 o'clock to be here. And at 3:30,
your eyes open.
Yeah.
And you're done, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think my wife's like, that's because you're not full of carbs. And
she's
maybe
right.
that's So she says it'll get better. Sleeping wise. But I feel like I have a lot of more energy.
Oh, I mean, you always have a lot of energy, but now it seems like you got more.
Yeah. And I'm hoping it'll translate to my fishing, especially the U.S. Open coming up. Because what was happening with me is, we practice in these tournaments. And I was wore out after my practice days. I practiced for 3 or 4 days. And after that, I'd be like, man, I don't even feel like fishing a tournament the next day. So it was either don't practice, which is bad, or lose some weight to get healthier. And so that's the choice that I'm going with, the healthier.
Yeah, I don't know how much I've lost because I went away October 5th, but I sometimes serve beer at the Orange County Fair. And I got in there, and you got to put on a work shirt uniform, and I'm going, no XL, seriously? I go, all right, I'll wear a large and not button it, whatever. Friggin', I buttoned it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a large again.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that. I've always been an XL. Yeah. I've been close to double XL.
Me too.
And I'm like, that was another sign, like, you got to do something, bro.
By the way, you have no idea. You're 250, you said?
Yeah.
You know what I was at my worst?
What?
Want to take a guess?
260.
420.
Holy!
I got you beat there. Yeah, I was just out of control. This was maybe 30 years ago.
420.
420. And then I ended up going to China, and I had lost a lot of weight, but I put it back on. When I got to China, the Chinese have no problem with fat shaming. I literally walked into a supermarket, and I also had this huge hernia. So it looked like I had a freaking basketball under my shirt.
Yeah.
And which I had surgery in China, mainland China. That's a whole nother story.
Sure.
But I walked into a supermarket, and some guy, Chinese guy, like 80 years old, he goes, I'm standing there going, I got to lose this somehow. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
You know, so I had the hernia surgery.
That was great. That was great that he did that.
Yeah. I mean, there's two ways to look at this. That guy's a jerk. He shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I believe in
Things
this
happen
guy
for a reason.
is...
He's talking to you.
He's talking to me. You're not healthy, dude.
No. And God uses people
I agree.
all the time. Bad people and good people.
As long as you take it in the right way, right,
Yes.
Todd? Because some people would take that, oh, he fat shamed me. Yeah. Forget that.
No.
So it was really that guy that induced me to, and so the other thing in China is that, you know, when they said, hey, you're teaching on the 5th floor, copy rooms on the 1st floor, and I said, great, where's the elevator? There's no elevators. And I'm like, well, you lazy, come on.
Right.
And so, you know, up and down, up and down, up and down, probably doing 40 flights of stairs a day minimum.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, back down I went, and I go to myself at that point in time, this feels too good to go back. But I came here and I gained like 25 pounds.
Okay.
And I caught it, and I said, I got to put the brakes on.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I don't. We definitely need to talk about having healthier, because we want to live as long as we can.
Yeah. And live a good life, right?
Yeah. Exactly. We don't want to be dependent on our children to
babysit us.
Yeah. We're getting that.
I heard, and I like this. It's not about putting more years in your life. It's about putting more life in your years.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Quality of life.
Yeah. And then you feel
100%.
better and everything else. You can get out and fish and do all these things.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things people don't realize, and that I love to take people that don't consider fishing a sport out, because usually by the time, if it doesn't happen in the boat, it happens on the way home. They're passed out sleep because they got wore out.
Yeah, right. Whether it's the sun or the new activity or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's so
it burns calories.
Yeah. The other thing it does, and I use the movies for this sometimes, it gives you this escape from reality where you're focused on the ocean, the fish, catching a fish. You leave everything back there on land, and somehow it gives you renewed strength and energy.
Absolutely.
You agree?
Oh, no, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And that's funny because one of the things I said, as I posted a picture on my Facebook the other day, as I was, this was as I was leaving fishing with Benny Florentino, I was like, man, I'll be 60 in December, and I'm like,
you are
this
a
is
young
what I
looking
do.
60,
yeah,
man.
but I'm so blessed to be out here and doing what I do.
Yeah, right.
And some people, they don't understand. All you need to do sometimes is just step out here and walk a quarter of a mile, and your life will be changed.
Yeah, I agree.
Just by the sound. Some of your videos are louder than others because of the sound of the surf. I noticed.
Yeah.
How can you?
And because I don't turn my mic on.
Okay, well, it's on now. I see the blue light. but the sound of the surf, it's something about
exhilarating, right?
Loves this stuff. We always try to get when we get close to the water, we try to get a hotel where we can open the windows and listen to that sound.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
Besides diet, something that you do every day, and we've talked about it, is you post that morning prayer that your pastor sends you. Not trying to push religion on anybody.
No, exactly.
It can
no
be
problem.
whatever you want. But starting your day on a note of positivity is so important. And I remember in China, I got away from it here, I would take a half hour every morning, I'd sit there and drink my coffee, and I'd plan my day out. And more than anything, and you know this as well as me, gratitude.
Yeah.
There's always, no matter how bad things are,
Yeah.
you can always find something to be grateful about, and you can always look at some poor other person and see that they are in a really bad state. So, if your electric windows aren't going up on your car and you're having a fit over that, there's somebody out there suffering with cancer, somebody that just lost a son or a daughter, or a mother or a father.
Absolutely.
Gratitude, right?
No, 100%. And something that just happened to me on the way here is I didn't really know where Surfside was. So I walked up to a guy that was watching his kid surf, and I said, hey, can you show me where Surfside is? And of course I've got this bag on my back, so I'm sure I look, with the exception of this camera, I'm sure I probably look like a homeless guy, and I could kind of, and so I was thinking that we could be the guy, walking along here looking for cans, and some of those, don't get me wrong, some of those guys, when I say that, the homeless thing, living in Long Beach, we have a lot of guys that are homeless that, that are in the area.
Yeah.
And it definitely, affects you thinking to yourself. If you have to take a minute, you know, if you're late on your bills or whatever, just think for a second, at least you're not that guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys, I mean, some people say that they're lazy or blah, blah. I thoroughly believe it's a mental health thing for most of those people. There's a lot of mental illness going on there. I mean, you can see that people talking to themselves and, you know.
And some of us are a paycheck away from being homeless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a support group with you, that's the other problem. Not only do you have to have a support group, but you have to be open to saying, I need help. You know, and some people carry their pride around with them. And it doesn't seem like in the fishing world, we don't have that problem. You know, we reach out, we're community.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
the word. We're community, and the community thing goes a long way.
Yeah, and that's proven by the fact that you're dragging down a bag of clothing. You've heard about our efforts in Mexico, and all the stuff we do in Mexico is because of people like you. I just get to go play Santa Claus,
Nice.
which I love to do. You know,
Yeah.
I love, and I speak Spanish, and I love Mexico. And people down there, there's no safety net. You know, when you're poor and really poor, you're in bad shape. So thanks for doing that.
Oh,
too,
no,
man.
no problem. You're an inspiration. When I watch your show, just the way you talk on the camera, it just inspires me to want to do good.
I think you're better than me, man. You are awesome.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do.
You know, when I was down here and walking out on the beach to see who it was, this mystery guest, the first thing I heard was this cock-a-doodle-doo crow. You're doing pretty good. You want to do that for me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try. Of course, when you put me on pressure, but here we go.
No. Oh, you nailed it!
Yeah, put that on the beginning of your show, right?
Yeah, oh my God, that's going on.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
tell you how many people do that.
When they
Oh
see you.
my God, it's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that it would be that crazy like that, but it turned out being really, really good.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Hey,
got a little
look at
doggy
this!
here.
Hi there. That's too funny. Yeah, and the seagulls, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just did a video recently where I got hoodwinked they tried to hoodwink by a sea lion when we were out there at Catalina, and I added to the video. It looks like the sound effects. You know, when you're editing stuff, you add this and that. I added the dinosaur roar.
Oh,
to the thing, so,
perfect.
Yeah, so it came out pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I see all kinds of things in our future. I'm so glad you came down here. Let's see, we've got cooking videos to do. We're doing the
Fitness.
health thing
Together.
together.
Absolutely.
Of course, the fishing, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I've also started doing this walk with Phil thing,
yes.
where we meet down. You got to show up.
I was going to show up. Because,
Really?
Yeah, because when I saw that, I'm like, I'm in Long Beach. I'm 10 minutes to the bridge.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get there. So yeah, I definitely.
You
wanna do
off
that
Saturday, Sundays, or?
Yes, I work at Anglers Marine on Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so.
Where at which Anglers Marine?
The one in Anaheim.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
People can come over and visit you there?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Your son, I think he has a boat that he bought from there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he comes by there all the time. But yeah, and they have great tackle. Obviously, they have boats for sale. It's probably the best mechanic shop, I would say, around. Of course, I'm being biased. I'm sponsored by Anglers Marine as a fisherman.
Yeah.
But they really they have so many varieties of mechanics. They have guys that specialize in electronics. They have guys specialize in motors. There's guys that specialize in putting in new carpet. You know, we got it all there. And our salesmen are probably the manager, Mark. He's probably one of the best sales guys out there as far as he's a people person. You know, and that's important.
So important.
Yeah, none of our guys try to upsell you. You know, they try to give you what you want and what you need.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds good. One other thing that just comes into my head here, the Danny Cadota show. Have you ever watched that?
You
know Danny? I mean, he's a big
watched him
freshwater.
on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to come out and be on his show.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Just let me know when. He's been doing the bass thing for years. I know he was a big time crawdad guy. He used to catch 20.
Yes.
Didn't he catch like a 20-pounder at Cast Lake many years ago? Yeah. So
he's got that mounted at his house.
Yes, I would love to be on his show.
Really? And
Yeah.
Thursday nights at 6? Does that work for
no,
you? or
yeah,
not?
absolutely. Yeah,
Sure, we'll put that
Thursday night.
together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Todd,
anytime.
I don't know what to say, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
No,
Are you
no
kidding me,
problem.
man?
Yes, sir.
It's so good to see you, and let's keep working on all this stuff.
Yeah.
You and I got way too much in common.
Absolutely.
And you're an exceptional human being.
Oh, man,
besides
thanks.
being a great fisherman.
Oh, I appreciate
and, man, it was great to see you today.
Awesome.
All right,
deal.
man.
All right.
Should I make
sir.
you do the cock-a-doodle-doo one more time?
One more
or no?
time, and then you can
Yeah,
just
then
like
we're
that.
out. How's that? Todd Woods, everybody. Todd, thanks again.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Awesome.